Hey everyone, this is Kyle from Money at 30, and just a few weeks ago my wife and I got to take a trip to Paris, or more accurately Disneyland Paris, but instead of telling you about our adventures in the parks or getting to go to the Eiffel Tower and things like that, I actually wanted to talk about our hotel room and how some of the amenities helped us save a lot of money on this trip. During this trip we stayed at the Hipark Design Suites, which is just about 15 minutes from Disneyland Paris. We stayed for a total of 6 nights, which came to €776 or $834. Additionally, we booked our trip on Expedia. Something to know about this hotel is that it is more of a residence-style setup, meaning that you won't have your room cleaned every night. However, as you'll see in just a minute, the residence part of this hotel is actually what makes it so attractive. In our standard room, we had a pull-out couch, which looks like it could convert to a sofa, although we didn't actually try. Now, while you might be thinking that a sofa bed doesn't sound like the most comfortable thing, I have to say, aside from a few squeaks in the springs, it actually wasn't that bad at all. The room also has a nice modern bathroom. The only thing I found a little bit confusing was the half door on the shower, which seemed to ensure that I would always soak the entire floor no matter how hard I tried. But the star feature of this room is the kitchenette. This included a stovetop, sink, microwave, and a decent-sized fridge, along with a set of dishes, glasses, flatware, and other necessities. With all of these tools, we were able to prepare a number of meals right in our room. Speaking of food, just about a 5-minute walk from the hotel is a mall, which happens to include a grocery store. We found this to be super convenient and really enjoyed a lot of the foods they had there. Some of our favorite items to pick up included some interestingly flavored chips, some delicious chorizo, and of course some yummy cheese. We could also never get over how relatively affordable sparkling water is over in France when you compare it to the prices in America. Beyond the items I already mentioned, the store does have a wide variety and even has its own sushi bar. As for the rest of the mall, you'll find a number of chain stores, restaurants, and much more. There are also a few restaurants in the courtyard just outside of the mall, which you'll pass through on your way in. Right between the mall and Hipark is also a delicious boulangerie. Not only will we stop here in the mornings to pick up some tasty pastries, but this is also where we'd grab our baguettes for the chorizo sandwiches. Amazingly, one fresh baguette here cost only €1 and was enough to make at least 4 sandwiches for us. Of course, on the other side of the hotel is the way to Disneyland Paris. Like I said, it's about a 15-minute walk and an easy route right to Disney Village. That said, the hotel also offers a free shuttle available at certain times to and from the parks. This shuttle will drop you off just steps from the security gate, which will be your entrance into Disney Village. I should also mention that Hipark is within walking distance to 2 different train stations. At the Val d'Europe station, you can catch a train into the city of Paris or about anywhere else. Meanwhile, the Marne-la-Vallée station near Disneyland Paris also offers speed train service to Charles de Gaulle Airport, as well as some other cities in Europe. Heading back into the hotel, one negative thing I will say involves the Wi-Fi. While it is complimentary, the problem is that it really seems to drag at certain times. In fact, you could almost tell when everyone was getting up to go to the parks or had just returned back because the network would slow to a standstill. However, outside of these peak times, the speed was just fine, even when using a VPN. Just for fun, another quirk I'll mention about this hotel is that the hallway lighting is controlled by motion sensors, meaning that if you're arriving at night, you'll probably have to walk in the dark for a little bit, but eventually the lights will turn on once it senses you. Of course, if you are heading home late, it's also nice to know that there are vending machines available so you can grab a bite before bed. Now, I will admit that this was actually my second time staying at the Hipark, which really tells you everything you need to know about how I feel about it. The hotel's proximity to train stations, a boulangerie, a mall, and other restaurants and entertainment make it really convenient. And of course, it's often a lot cheaper than staying on property at Disneyland Paris, even though the walk is probably about comparable to some of the hotels. Finally, we found that having that kitchenette in the room not only helped us save money on food, but also allowed us to eat healthier than we normally would if we were forced to eat out. Therefore, if you have a trip scheduled to Disneyland Paris in your future, I definitely recommend checking out the Hipark Design Suites. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Hipark Design Suites, but just keep in mind that while this video is about a specific hotel, some of the principles, such as being close to the attractions and different food and having that kitchenette, can really help you save on any trip you go on. Anyway, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and be sure to subscribe because we have new videos every week. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time here on Money at 30.